Damian Lewis with Prep Sports Nation here at Sprayberry High School in Marietta, Georgia. Wrapping up week 3 of summer workouts, visiting with the Yellow Jackets football team and head coach Coach Fominaya, who takes over the program coming off in an 11-2 season in their first region championship in 2008. Fominaya is also the first head coach not to have graduated from the Sprayberry program, so he understands what that tradition means, and as they gear up for the 2025 season, he wants to emphasize the importance of that to continue the Sprayberry legacy. All right, Coach, first off, man, thank you for taking some time out of your day to here to join me, and congratulations. Obviously, you've been here for a few months now, but still, transition obviously a big thing. But just talk about that, coming over and how things have been going for you with the transition of taking over the program.
Well, I've been here since February now, and it's been just really a breath of fresh air. This is a really special place. They've been playing football here at Sprayberry over 60 years. There's a lot of tradition here. People really care about this program and this community. You have people here. We've got kids on the team who their dads played here, their grandparents went to school here, so there's a huge sense of community and pride. The boys have been great. They're eager, they're hungry, and it's been really exciting to work with them every single day.
All right, and as you touched on the tradition of here, you being the first non-alum head coach of the program, how important has some of the senior leadership been for you in helping you with the transition of bringing in your culture of football?
I really want to give a lot of credit to the 2 previous head coaches. Both of them were alumni. Both of them really cared about this place. They both had different strengths. 2 different styles, and I think I'm able to really build off specifically what the previous head coach did, the way he was able to get the boys to buy in and believe and win a region championship and make a playoff run. My responsibility now is to take that, what he built, and take it to the next step. So that's really kind of been our focus, is not so much to focus on last season, but focus on this class and their legacy. Because those boys have graduated. Those boys are gone. They don't play here anymore. So I think my challenge to these seniors is it's your team now. So I really want to be able to try to have them build their own legacy going forward.
All right. So you're wrapping up week 3 here, summer workouts. As you guys come back next week, where are you guys at? What are you wanting to kind of see them? Focus-wise, when you guys start to come back next week?
What's interesting is I've been a head coach. This is my 4th stop as a head coach. I've been a head coach now 16 years. And most of the time when I walk into a place, it's broken. Like everybody that's ever hired me, I always say, well, there's a reason why we're here, With this place, it's different. I think as a coach, the first thing you have to establish is effort, right? Like you have to get the kids to understand what is our standard, how do you work hard, what do you have to do? I don't think we've had to do that a lot here. I think the standard was already established as far as what the expectation was for work. My biggest goal right now is to kind of put my spin on it. What does that look like under our regime and under our coaching staff? So we haven't had to coach a lot of effort. Our specific thing has been focusing on the details, focusing on how to get better, focus how to take the next step. As a coach, I always talk about we have to motivate, right? We have to take a bad player and make them good. We have to take a good player and make them great. And then we got to take the great ones and make them elite. And we got some at every level, right? We got some first-year kids that maybe haven't played a whole lot of football before, and we got to teach them the basics and the fundamentals. Then we got to take those kids that have been good in the past for us, maybe a really good JV kid or a first-year varsity guy, make him a really good Friday night football player. And then we've got some really, really good players here. We got to go make them elite. We got to make them the best at their position on and off the field that we possibly can, so that's kind of been our focus.
All right. And what are some of the things that have kind of stood out and impressed you about how the guys have been approaching the offseason here?
They're really hungry. For a team that won a region championship and made it to the 3rd round and won 11 games, these guys aren't satisfied. I think it's really hard to get an 0-10 team going, right? Because they just don't know how to win. But I also think it's really hard to get a team going that's been winning, because sometimes that winning comes easy to them. But with this group, I don't see that. Like I always talk about, don't be satisfied. Don't rest on what we've done in the past. Be excited and motivated and driven to go be better. And that's always been my goal, is to try to improve on the previous year. Always try to improve on what has been done in the past, and that's kind of been our focus here. I think there was a little bit of a bittersweet situation for the boys losing the way they did in the third round last year. They lost to a really good football team, but I don't think they felt like they performed at their highest level. So that's really stuck with them, and I think they don't ever want to feel like that again. So the boys have been motivated and they've been driven to not just focus on the region games, but focus on the bigger picture, which is try to make Sprayberry a great team known around the state. Like right now, they're locally known, right? People know about Sprayberry in Cobb or in Cherokee or in the metro, but they want Sprayberry to be a name that people talk about from coast to coast and from north to south. And that's really been a focus for us.
All right, and last one before I let you go, Coach. What's your message to that Sprayberry community? Because like you said, this is a program, a school in general that's been very important to this community. What's your message to the community about coming out and just continuing to be supportive of you guys this season?
Yeah, it's such a special place, because you hear, I get emails from people saying, "Hey, my grandfather played there in the '60s," or I played in the '80s, and I think people just care so much about the black and gold here, and they care about the Yellow Jackets, and I think that makes this place so special and unique. And I hope our biggest focus is you see a team, number one, that's disciplined, that is going to do things the right way. I talk to the boys all the time. We're going to do things right because the right things matter. I think those are things that carry over into life. I hope they also see a team that's really physical. I know people like to use the term old school, but I believe there's value in that. I think there's, those kind of teams have an opportunity to be successful in November and December. So that's going to be our mindset, to be a really physical football team, to come out and just really try to play hard for 4 quarters, and then I hope you see a team that really cares about one another. We've got some really high level athletes here, right? There's no shortage of talent at every position, but I hope you see a team that really cares about one another, with no egos, that plays for one another, and really selfless, So, and then, I really hope as you see them out in the community, because we're a community school, right? That they are representing our program the right way. I hope that you see a young man that is proud, or that you're proud when you see that young man in the community, as he represents our team and our school.
Awesome. Well, Coach, thank you for a few minutes of your time, and congratulations once again. I want to wish you and the guys nothing but success this year.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Coach. All right, thanks to Coach Fominaya and the Sprayberry Yellow Jackets for allowing us to pull up on them and being a part of this PSN Summer Spotlight. Looking forward to seeing them in action when the season gets underway. For these stories and more, make sure you check us out at PrepSportsNation.net. And don't forget to check out our YouTube highlight channel, Prep Sports Nation. I'm Damian Lewis with Prep Sports Nation.